Hi, everybody. This is Spiritual Teacher for You. My name is Cassie, and I am doing I'm an energy reader. So I'm doing an energy update for the collective. And I was feeling this energy of someone who is quite um, putting a lot of focus and effort on wanting the public to find them attractive. And so I feel this like a lot of detail and effort putting into their makeup, their hair, how they're presented, if they're I even and by no means do I say any of this in a judgmental or critical way. But I do feel someone here who likes to wear clothes that show off a little skin, show off a little more because um I don't know. They feel good when someone shows them attention, when strangers look at them, and there's nothing wrong with that, but I am feeling that energy. It's quite different from the energy I usually feel, which I do a lot of work with the angels and spirit guides. And so this energy, I'm going to be honest, feels a lo- it's a different, thicker energy in a heavier way. How about that? It almost weighs heavier than the angelic energy that I've been feeling a lot lately. So I am going to tap into this because I do feel like I'm tapping into someone who needs to hear advice or needs to, I don't know, I just feel a message coming through for this collective that I'm feeling that uses and I do feel that you are someone more attractive. So you've really kind of built a whole life off of the fact that you're attractive. And it's not in a derogatory or negative way. It's that you are used to, or maybe you're not used to, and that's why you're getting this reading. But in your life, you are very, um, you have experience of people looking at you, flirting with you, uh, approaching you, saying off the wall comments to you. You just have a bit of this seductress energy, siren energy. And I feel like it feels like you are at a time where you want more. um, so so spirit's wanting you to know something. The reason you came here to be beautiful on the outside is, and I feel that you inside are someone who is very spiritual, very connected to spirit. You may feel abandoned at times by spirit. And see, this energy is coming through very slowly, you guys. So just bear with me. I do feel that you've probably been taken advantage of in at some point in your life based on your attractiveness, or that you've been in situations that have made you uncomfortable because of your attractiveness. I do sense people being emboldened by your attractiveness. There's just because it's not only your outside appearance that is beautiful to people, it's your inside as well. So not only do they see you as beautiful, and I'm not talking about female or males, I'm talking about if you've gone through this is anyone that this is addressing, okay? So if you've gone through your life of being a looker, let's just say that. And I'm trying to ride the line between being shallow and superficial and being honest and truthful. So I really trying to come off as honest and truthful and filling out the energy and not saying something that sounds shallow and superficial. Um So I don't know. I can't tell if that's your energy I'm feeling with that or my own. Um, I almost feel a collective, or maybe this is one individual who, when you think about your beauty, you almost get angry. Like you almost wish you weren't beautiful so that you could meet genuine people. Um, I just see someone who their beauty has felt like a curse to them, almost like you don't know if you can trust people because of their attraction to what they see versus it's almost I just feel someone here who um of course has their guard up by being beautiful, and you don't let just anyone in. And I feel that at some point in your life you've let someone in who you truly thought you could trust and that it was a genuine connection, and then as soon as they got what felt like validation to them, they lost connection to you. So it's like you gave them the validation that they needed, which was, and I'm just going to be blunt here, being able to get you because of your beauty. And they see that as almost something attainable, something that they can attain. So I almost feel that you've come across possessive partners, people who wined and dined you, treated you like royalty. Then as soon as they got what they felt validated by, they were out of there. And I don't know if this is a large collective of just like beautiful people that I'm feeling here, or this is like a particular individual. I can't really tell. I'm getting lots of scenarios in my head of what has happened in your lifetime, but this could be one part of the collective or like a big collective here that experiences this because of being beautiful. So, Spirit, what direction do you want me to go in here? Let's clear some of that energy out of the air. We're going to clear some more. Rain. It is quite gloomy where I'm at today. And that's kind of the feelings I'm feeling from the collective too, is this gloominess, this really hard to reach from place. Like I almost see you down, like wanting to reach up and pull yourself out of whatever this is, but you. So yeah, Spirit, let's help out this collective I'm feeling that's really gotten down about how things are going in life because of just past transgressions. Um, so we're going to use Rider Waite Tarot, just regular Rider Waite Tarot. Nothing special about these cards, except I think that's what I love about them. The simplicity of them allows me to read the cards without distraction, if that makes sense. So there's something here about simplifying your life or simplifying something so that it isn't a distraction. That honestly to me feels like that beauty routine, you know? That beauty routine, who's it for? Is it, are you wearing that makeup? Like I don't, I'm not discouraging makeup. I'm not discouraging putting, makeup and doing your hair and all that kinds of stuff. I'm more of wanting you to realize where it's coming from. When you do it, where is it coming from? Are you doing it because that's how you feel people will accept you, and you feel uncomfortable when you go out in public without your face and hair done or beard or dressed the way that you feel like people will find you attractive? There is this almost like outside validation that I feel you need to feel good about yourself. So, we are going to ask Spirit what we can do or what the advice is or just anything to do with this energy of really focusing on beauty to feel validated. Okay. One card comes out, the Four of Cups. And that's that cup that's being ignored right there. That is your gifts. That is your gifts that you have. But you're very focused on these things right here. These cups right here. You're very focused on them, what they can do for you, how they can validate you, how they can make you feel good. And this has a lot of power behind it, what's being offered to you. And it's a gift from spirit, I'm seeing, that's being offered to you. It's also a gift that comes from the inside that they're wanting you to recognize. I'm noticing the colors, and I'm actually noticing quite a bit with this card that I've never really noticed before. One, he's wearing red, green, and blue. Red is the root chakra, feeling stable and secure if it is balanced. The green is your heart, having an open heart, not coming from a place of fear. Basically, how much love are you actually using during the day versus validation? How much self-love do you actually have? How much do you love yourself that you are willing to allow people and people you love and strangers to see you who you are, without clothing to make you appear a certain way, or makeup to make you appear a certain way, or doing your hair to make it fall a certain way to make you appear a certain way. You get what I'm saying? Like, what is it that's in your heart? What really matters? And then the blue is your throat. So, of course, this is speaking your truth and being as authentic as possible. And so Spirit is really wants you to focus on the gifts that those get you. A balanced root chakra, heart chakra, throat chakra. I'm also noticing this person leaning up against that tree. And so I almost feel the nature spirits calling to you as well, saying nature doesn't dress itself up. It uses what it has naturally to look beautiful. And we see, things in nature that are not supposed to be there, and we still look at it as beautiful. Or anomalies that happen in nature, we almost see as like beautiful. And so I'm getting that cliche thing of beauty's in the eye of the beholder. I was about to say in the behind of the holder. In the behind of the holder. Okay. Oh, Spirit. Okay. And so, yeah, there's something here about being comfortable to bear it all. Woo! That's heavy for this collective I'm tapping into, though, because there's almost a way of exposing yourself in a vulnerable way versus a controlled way. Okay. I'm getting some very like earth signs here, and in almost like the, especially Taurus and Capricorn, I'm getting a lot of energy of just very, very concerned about looks and skin and the beauty routine of it all. Being hair free, being super chiseled in their jaws, I'm getting. Or like that very crisp beard line, I'm getting like eyebrow, just all this hair that needs to be, if it's going to be there, it has to look a certain way. Or, ooh, why is hair there? Hair actually is a protectant for your skin. It's also a sensory tool for your body. kind of like cats. We're mammals. We're supposed to have hair. Um, and so I was looking up the reason why hair is viewed as gross when we have it, yet we are humans, mammals that grow hair to keep us warm, to keep us safe, to keep us uh what's the other word? Protected from the sun. Um it's just so interesting to me. I don't find it odd or weird or dumb. It's just interesting to me how we view hair on our bodies. Um so I looked up, when did hair become as looked upon as gross, you know? And it was when um women truly started wearing, well, it's happened in a lot of other cultures, like Egyptian cultures. They were hair, smooth skin was a sign of just like hygiene and everything, good hygiene. And so royalty had, smoothness in their skin. And so and I was like, I'm sure the majority, especially when women were wearing the big skirts, there's no way they spent time shaving their legs to get rid of hair that was hardly ever seen except during intimate times, right? so then basically it came to around the 1940s and 50s when women started wearing shorter skirts, showing more skin. They got rid of the hair because they wanted to have smooth skin. And so then that is when it became a norm. And then razor companies would put out advertisements that it was unkempt and unseemly for women to have hair, right? So then women were born into a generation of hair being unacceptable. So therefore they were taught that and they passed that down, and so on and so on. But it's gotten so thickly ingrained in us as a society that attractiveness is now based on hair. And I'll even say it, I believe the links that the links, is that what the lengths is what I meant to say. The how far women and men in the sex industry go to get their bodies smooth. And so I feel like that has really almost like gotten into the subconscious of our brains, that is how the male and female body should look. And it's almost been a detrimental thing that has happened in our culture and society, that we have to be these smoothly, perfectly round beings. Oh, but round in the right places, mind you, beings to be attractive. And so I feel the collective now that I'm tapping into are people who have gotten into that, and I'll call it a trap. It is a trap, just like the health industry is a trap. So, excuse me. So I feel that energy, and I wouldn't feel the confidence. Like this whole time I've been speaking, you guys, there's this little voice in the back of my head screaming, I don't know if you should be saying this. I don't know if it's coming off the right way. But I just take it how you take it. It doesn't really matter to me. I do feel people getting defensive. Like, I view makeup as a way to express myself. That is great. Please continue to do that. Okay. I fix my hair because it makes me feel attractive. Great. Keep doing that. I am not by any means wanting to detract from what you do to feel good about yourself. There's really a fine line of what appears vain versus what appears like you just want to take care of yourself and have a presentance is what I wanted to say, presentment to the world. There's nothing wrong with that. And I am no better than anyone else out there. I still use things to make myself appear more beautiful and more attractive. Um, but I guess the question is there, why? Why? So the energy is there, and cards have come out while I've been talking. So we've got the Tower, and we've got the Three of Pentacles, along with the Queen of Swords. Okay. So the Queen of Swords is the energy that really jumped out at me as being the strongest. And that is that energy of, this is me. This is how I think. This is what I think. This is what I know because I've done the research. I've been through a lot of stuff up until this point. You can tell me what you want to tell me, but I know what I know. But also with that open hand, having, this is someone who's come far. I almost get like a, oh gosh, the grandma from Downton Abbey, and the lady off of the Game of Thrones series. I'm so bad at names, you guys, but I'm getting just that crone energy of, you've been through a lot of stuff. You ain't one to be messed with, okay? So it's so interesting to me. This must be someone in your life, because I rather feel a younger collective here. And so with this Queen of Swords crone energy that I'm feeling, I do feel this is someone that may be in your life that you look up to, or that you wish you had properties or characteristics or the personality that they do. Because that would help you get further. I see that you've allowed, I feel this like, it almost feels like an addiction. So someone here might have some kind of addiction that prevents them from moving forward. And you really want to be able to have that personality that says, I want this. I'm going after it. I don't care what you think. I'm so done with how I've been acting in life. I'm so done with these old beliefs. I'm so done with keeping up this charade. I want to be like that. And that's the direction I'm heading in. Okay. And so I do see this Tower moment happening because of that. And that just means that your life's going to change. It's going to cause, I almost see like you saying something, or almost making a statement, or showing a picture. Oh, Pamela Anderson is a perfect example. This woman who was a sex symbol for America forever, so beautiful, wore lots of makeup, had alterations done to her body, dyed her hair blonde, and people were gushing over her, right? And now she's in her 50s, no makeup, hair very simple. I'm sure she's still dyeing it, but it's almost like she is the energy I'm feeling. Of I've spent a lifetime wearing makeup to look beautiful when I'm already so beautiful. Why do I need to do that? And I'm not sure of her exact reasons. I haven't looked into it. I just know that she's so brave for what she's done, because she knew she would get scrutinized by the public, but yet she's continued to do it. Same with Alicia Keys. Those people who are in the spotlight, and yet they make that statement of, no, I'm tired of dressing myself a certain way to make you feel more comfortable. When I'm over here so uncomfortable in this 50 layers of makeup, right? Notice that I'm wearing quite a lot of makeup than I have been lately in my videos, because this is the energy I was feeling. And yes, do I feel more attractive or prettier with this makeup on? I do. And so I know I'm probably one of the ones that is being addressed in this collective, and I'm not ashamed to admit that. But I know within myself, and I feel comfortable saying this as well, because I feel like you as a collective feel this way too, that the more I show up as just me, and I still am the same person that everybody has known before, I just look a little plainer. And the more that it's normal to be that way, the more comfortable I get not having to put on this face, this makeup, this facade, this beauty tradition, you know? There's so much more beautifulness inside of us that is wanting to come out and not have our outside be a distraction to what's inside. So I almost feel this challenge from spirit to the beautiful men and women out there, these beautiful divine masculines and divine feminines. What makes you beautiful is not what lipstick color you're wearing or what eyeshadow you have on or how you curl your hair. Those are all very superficial, shallow aspects to beauty. There's so much more beautiful things out there that we can pay attention to. Okay. While I was talking and then I just stopped talking, it got so quiet that I was like, something else was there while I was talking because it felt so loud. So, someone here I feel like works in a place where there's a lot of background chatter. Um, maybe your job is actually part of this beauty thing. And so not wearing makeup and doing your hair is not actually a an option for you. I feel like someone's job revolves around the beauty industry. I almost saw someone at like a beauty counter in the mall or like Ulta or something like that. And there's also people like Lady Gaga who has literally been everything you could possibly be as far as makeup, and who has expressed herself as saying, I see makeup as an expression of myself. And so I feel like that is a direction that feels lighter and more elevated versus needing to wear makeup to feel attractive or seen or accepted. I hope I'm getting my point across here. There is Three of Pentacles that I'm wondering about. I do feel communication here, especially with the Queen of Swords. Um, yeah, let's get more on that. And then we want to kind of wrap this up. What is up with the Three of Pentacles there? What else can you tell me? I do see that you're gonna oh yeah. Yeah, you're gonna have, and I look at this card, I see it as two ways, and it depends on the energy and the reading. This card can look, these people are looking at this person with admiration. So I'm feeling the collective who do decide. Yes, I'm so glad I just saw that on the bottom of the deck, the Empress. So let me get to her in a second. But I do feel the collective where you make a decision to not portray yourself as you always have. And this actually inspires many people to do the same. I do feel like Pamela and Alicia are helping many women, especially those that grew up with them. Many women almost being like, well, if they can do it, I can do it. But I also see the other side of that with this, that there is criticizing and critical feedback for the choices that you're making about your own body. And that's when the Queen of Swords comes in. Like, okay, you have your opinion, but this is my body. And the fact that you have an opinion about my body shows me exactly where you're at in life. And it's like, okay, thanks, bye. I don't, the only opinion that matters is you. How do you feel in your own body? How do you feel about your own self? How do you feel about how you're being presented to the world? Because I see an Empress, and this is that divine feminine energy, totally nurturing and fertile and totally comfortable in their skin. The drapery on her is that of like it's not like you can't see her body with what she's wearing. You can see the outline of her body. Um I don't know why that came up. It's almost like excuse me, there are ways you can dress. This feels so petty in particular, but I'm being drawn to say it. There's ways you can dress that doesn't actually expose you, and keeps some things private and a mystery, but that also accentuates what you have to give the appearance of accepted beauty. I hope that made sense. But the Empress is here. I really do feel a fertile collective here. So if you're not wanting to have babies right now, be careful. But there's that heart. This is just total femininity, creativity. So being an Empress is understanding, and that's so funny that it came out. The Empress is all about beauty, but in the inside way. How are you presenting to the world? How are you expressing your heart? How are you expressing your heart to the world, your power to the world, your creativity to the world, your sensuality to the world? Someone who I truly feel, now this is just based off what I have seen in the, like, from what they put out into the public, but someone that I feel embodies the Empress, someone who wears a lot of makeup, does their hair to the nines, is super smooth skin, blah 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 blah. They do all the stuff. But her attitude, her just aura that comes off of her shows that it's not just what she's putting out. There's so much inside too that is beautiful. And I love how she's expressing herself. And honestly, it is Sabrina Carpenter. Yeah, I see her as an Empress. She's just, I mean, think of Sabrina Carpenter and look at the Empress. So I just feel that the collective I'm tapping into here, you are someone who is influential to a younger crowd. And so how you believe or how you look at things, it is out to the masses. It is very influential. So just understand that if you are showing yourself from the inside out, then you are encouraging a generation of women to do the same. However, the opposite is true as well. That as you express yourself from a very superficial makeup, done hair, smooth skin, everything else kind of thing, that's also influential. So I do feel this direction of which way do you want to go as a feminine or a masculine? You know, because going the direction of work from the inside out takes work. It's very easy to be beautiful on the outside and go through life that way. But there's just so much here, you guys. It feels very deep and convoluted a little bit. And so once I feel the energy going into that very particular energy, because I can almost feel somebody, well, what about this? And what about this? And what about this? So there's all these scenarios that I feel I could go down. But Spirit wants me to keep this overarching, which I'm better at anyways. But the fact is, how do you want to express yourself? From the inside out or from the outside in? Okay? And I think we're going to leave it there, you guys. I am being drawn to my love and romance cards for some reason all of a sudden. So I am going to pull one card to end this reading on. And yeah, we'll go from there. Okay. Love and romance. What would you like to tell us? Also, women who wear winged liner, I just want to say, I am so impressed by your talents. because I try to do winged liner and it's just a hot mess is what it is. And so if you see imperfections in my winged liner, which I was just like, whatever, then yeah, that's why I'm not an expert. All right, we've got trust. Guard your heart. Not everyone deserves your trust. And that's what I mean. That is exactly what I mean, is that people will want to give you the world when they see you in a certain light. Oh, Miss Maisel. The marvelous Miss Maisel. I don't know if you ever watched her. Very much about beauty, right? She would get up before her husband, put all of her makeup and hair on, get back into bed, and then wake up with her husband looking like she never went to bed, right? And I imagine there's so many women out there who have done that. I've never personally done that. I don't know that I could. At some point I can only do so much until it's like, this is not me and I cannot do this. It hurts my soul. So yeah, there's someone out here who you really do need to guard your heart, because you are a beautiful person inside and out. But unfortunately, there are people so very much attracted to your outside beauty that they may not actually have any interest in your heart. They want to possess you. They want to own you. They want to say that they had you, right? Because you're so beautiful. So that validates them. Okay? Star. Your hope and optimism are a powerful love magnet for you right now. Not your looks. You're a star. Yeah. You have star quality, and maybe that's why I've been like tapping into all these different famous people, because you have star quality about you. And if you don't know that, if you've never been told that, Spirit's telling you this now. And you're just like, who, me? Yes, you. It's so funny that Spirit would know it so plainly, like I know it. Like I know it, that you have star quality and you have no idea. Sparks. Keep the sparks flying. Surprise each other with gestures of love. When the sparks card comes, that means there is definitely attraction. There's definitely someone very much attracted to you. I'm getting the eyes here, and I dropped a card. Here we go. I dropped a card, and it's the dressing up card. So this feels like an opportunity to dress up and meet someone. And the way you dress up is so bringing attention to you, okay? The way that you present yourself in this dressing up, it could be for Halloween, but it is bringing a lot of attention to you. Is that where we're going to end? No. One more or a few more, I don't know. Alone time. Spend some time alone. It will help you gain clarity. And I do feel like this is clarity about how you feel about yourself. So some of you really do need to spend some time just by yourself, really figuring out how you feel about everything and not how people react to you. And that's how you form your opinion, okay? So we are going to stop there. Thank you so much for joining me in this very interesting reading about beauty standards. If you'd like a personal reading, I will be having a website up very soon where you can book readings with me on that website at Spiritual Teacher for You. However, that is it's not ready just yet, but super close. And so I actually do readings now through Etsy. So if you go to my Etsy shop at Spiritual Teacher for You, you can book a reading through there. Okay. All right, guys, that's where I'm going to sign off. So much love and light to you. Bye.